There is no such thing as a middle class. You've been lied to. Those were the words I listened to just last night on the internet. The words of Grant Cardone, a very inspiring speaker. But it's not the first time that I heard words along those lines. I was in a sermon in Strand at Alan Bagg's church a couple of years ago when he quoted some stats of the internet that said there's enough money in the world for everybody on earth to have $1 million US. Now, I don't have $1 million, and I don't know whether you do have. In fact, 90% of the world's wealth is in 10% of the world's hands. How come? But that's not really the question that got me. To this day, what really mesmerized me is the fact that how come 90% of the world accept it? Why don't we think it's strange? Why do we think it's normal? Why do we think we should be in the middle class? Why do we think it's okay to be in the middle class? It doesn't even exist. We should all have our equal share. Let's look at the Bible. Even there, we don't find any reference to middle class. Not to retirement either, for that matter. And yes, I compare everything to the Bible. What is the so-called middle class? The middle class is poor people that think they're wealthy or doing okay. They lend from the banks. They think they should. They think that's the way to get ahead. They think you lend money from banks and that way you get ahead. But actually all you get ahead of is the Joneses, if you even manage to do that. They made us believe that if you are poorer than poor, that you are doing fine. That is the only way that I can describe the middle class. When you own more than what you have, then you cannot say that you're wealthy. In fact, if the hobo on the street don't owe anybody anything, then he's wealthier than you, because you're in a negative bank balance sheets. How can you say that's positive? The more shocking thing that I read a while ago in the magazine was, they said if you don't owe anybody 10,000 rand, now that's about $700 US, not really much money, then you're one of the 10% wealthiest people in the country. Now really? That means that I was at that stage one of the 10% wealthiest people in South Africa, because I didn't owe anybody any money, but I didn't have much either. And you probably like me think that the middle class is not poor, or like what I thought at the time. You think you own a car, you own a house, you go on vacation, whatever, but actually who owns it all is the bank. If you lose your job tomorrow, will you be able to keep your car, your house, keep your kids in schools where they are? You've been lied to. You've been made poorer than poor, and you have been such a fool, just like me, to believe that you're doing actually fine. You are doing well. If you can not be disrupted by something that destroys your business or that a job loss or something, if you can continue to live for 6 months as you did before the time, then you're doing fine. Then you probably will make it. But not many people can. And the other thing is, we don't think anything is ever going to go wrong. We think it's going to be fine like it is now. But take my word for it, we're living on planet Earth and things do go wrong. It's not a business, it's not the economy that implodes, there's accidents, there's sickness, there's death, there's jobs that's cut. You must make provision for those times. The Bible doesn't say that we will have a bed of roses, but it actually says that He'll give us the strength to get through it. What He also says is, why people have a lack because of a lack of vision. What is your vision? Have you thought about it? There is nothing wrong with a salary job if you love it. But that will forever keep you poor, because you will always have higher standards and move it a little bit up, and you will never actually change your lifestyle with a salary. You better start some business on the side, like a network or internet business, where you can increase your salary so that you can have the life that you were born to have, one with abundance. Yes, it is true that some people snap out of it and escape the middle class syndrome, and you want to know why? It's because they don't lie to themselves, because they realize they are poor, they realize there's more to have, and they realize that they can have it, that they've got the right to own it, to make it theirs. They've got the right to be full of abundance of joy, abundance of wealth, abundance of money. That's what we all were born for. They move ahead because they are not lying to themselves. But in the middle class, you and me, we think we are doing fine, so we stay there. That's the comfort zone. We don't get out of the comfort zone because you know what? When you want to move out and be awesome, you actually have to be extraordinary. You have to do extraordinary things. It's not the comfort zone. You're going to be stretching that comfort zone every day of your life. That is how you get to be out there. The other thing is, we tell our kids that money is evil. What utter nonsense. Money is paper. It can never be evil. What you do with it can be evil. But the other thing, if you want to take it to a deeper level, is money is an amplifier. Whatever you are will be amplified by money. So if you are a selfish person, you'll do selfish things with money. If you are an ethical person, you'll do unethical things with money. If you're a happy person, you'll do happy things with money. If you are a person with heart, you will actually do like charities and so on, not to be seen. Some of these other people also do charities, but that's actually just to be seen. But to say that money is evil isn't just another lie. And living in a lie, you cannot access the truth, because it's a different universe. Why do they go to all this somebody, which we'll just now discover who it is, why do they go to all this effort to get us to conform to this lie? Because if you have a mortgage, you are unlikely to move or go wild in any direction, because you've got a responsibility now to the bank. And that way they can build schools, develop schools around you to brainwash your children, and drug cartels to numb your brain, and all those around you that want to partake, and they think they're very, very smart. A little useless information about this, but very interesting. This whole middle class scam was created by the banks, because there's a thing like, if they lend you money, the balance sheet increase, of course, because the money that you lend is actually an asset, because those people must pay the money back, and you also make money on it, the interest. So the higher the balance sheet balance is, the more money they can, because it's a percentage link, the more money they can lend from the reserve banks in the whatever country they are. So if you are now lending money from them, then they can borrow more money. And the more money they have, the more money they get again from the bank, the more money they can lend you. And this is actually a really vicious circle that never ends. And of course, any half-intelligent person can tell you this is not going to be able to carry on forever, and it has to implode. And we all know it does, like 2008, or the Big Depression is another example. And they destroy people's lives. They don't really care. They only care about getting your money. This big surprise comes now. What happens when this economy implodes? What happens is they're going to ask you to pay up. So now you get 30 days to pay your credit card, to pay your mortgage, and to pay your vehicle finance. Now, in the meantime, the government is very concerned that the economy is going to go for a big disaster. So they decide to lend more money to the thieving banks. Okay? In the meantime, your 30 days is up, and they tell you, please pay up now, and you cannot. So they forfeit everything they can that you cannot pay, because the system is set up like that. I guess they still have the dividends, they still have the bonuses, because they got bonuses to cheat you like this. And they've got the huge salaries and whatever money they stash away abroad, probably in a non-taxable account. So while your 30 days is up and they steal all your assets, the government is still negotiating for a month or two, and they give the banks more money. So, I mean, it's really in their interest to make it implode, because they make a lot of money. They get more money without interest from the Reserve Bank. They took all your assets, and now they can start the whole circle again, because now they have to lend people money again, because how are they going to get on their feet? Or so they think. They think it's the only way out. Now the big question is, how do they get away with it? They have numbed your brain. They have given you so much stress that you've lost your vision, and your observations ability is numbed to such an extent that you actually now think it's your mistake. It's your mistake that you lost it all. But you had no choice. The whole system was set up like that. How long are you going to fall for this joke? You know, the economy will implode again. And I really pray with you that it's not tomorrow. But what will you do? Will you be prepared for it? Will you be able to rescue your family from disaster? What are you going to do? Thank you. This is Joubert from South Africa.